Hello there. This is Dr. Lee Zeitz, and I want to tell you something about becoming an educational technology minor. Never thought about that, perhaps? Well, I'll tell you what, this is something that can change your life. Think about it. You can expand your ideas and your viewpoint and vision of the future. You can become more employable, and you can play with technology tools on the way. So let's see what it's all about. You know what? It's only 17 or 18 credits. That's pretty good, isn't it? And let's take these are the classes that we have: Educational Technology and Design. Do any of these look familiar? I hope so, because that top one, Ed Tech and Design, is one that you're either in now or you've already completed. This is something that all students who are becoming teachers need to complete. So there's 3 credits down. So now we're down to 15, 5 classes. Let's go through what we have here. We have creating a technology-rich learning environment. This is where we talk about coding, we talk about project-based learning. It's really an exciting time. It's kind of an EdTech 2 with a lot of pizzazz. We talk about exploring issues and trends in instructional technology. It's important to know about the history of instructional technology and the issues that you need to be able to discuss, and that's what we develop here. Planning, producing instructional media. There's a whole process. There's the instructional design, and then there's a whole process. And we're talking about using apps. We're talking about using video. There's a whole number of things we do there. Now, we talk about understanding visual literacy. Now, in your Ed Tech and Design class, you got an introduction to that. But visual literacy is really the new literacy, where we're talking about how can you create and understand different types of messages that are produced in the medium. And finally, we talk about developing and directing online learning. Now, this is a class where you're actually going to be creating an online class. In fact, you know the e-learning BB9 system that we use in our classes, you're going to be creating your very own class that has that. So there's a whole lot of things. Now, take a look at the bottom 2. You see understanding visual literacy and developing and directing online learning. These are 2 things that you can actually substitute, because some of you are taking a second minor. And if you're doing that, you may be taking classes that also deal with technology. If you're taking a minor in science, you might be taking the class called Current Tech and Science Teaching. Math could be tech for elementary school math teachers, or foreign language could be tech and foreign language education, or there's a whole number of other ones. Tell you what, let's go out. Now make a note of this: uni.edu/edtech/minor. Let's click on that. That'll take us over to this page on the web. Well, that's a great picture, don't you think? And if we take a look here on the EdTech minor, we can make it a little bigger so you can see it. We go down here, and those look exactly like the ones we just talked about. Now, as I said, these 2 are ones that you can replace. Now, what can you replace them with? Well, we have a couple other offerings. This one is using digital and social media in education. This is one that I teach in the fall, and it's a lot of fun. We get into creating personal learning networks and using apps and a whole number of fun things like that. We also have another class that is called Supporting Learning with Dynamic Web Design. And then in some cases, so you could replace it with either of those. And we were talking about these other classes in those 3 areas of minoring. Here's a place you can take a look. If you click on that link, it'll take you out to additional substitution courses for both your minors and masters. Important thing is, take a look at these. See what makes sense to you. We want you to have a program that fits your needs. So take a look at them. If you have any questions, contact me, Dr. Lee Zeitz, because I can help you through. So let's go back here. Let's talk to somebody who was a technology minor.
I chose the EdTech minor because I'm going into special education, so I wanted to see technology from assistive tech standpoint. I'm also a student with a disability, so I've used assistive technology, so I'm really knowledgeable on what's out there now, but I want to know what's going to be out there in the future. So I thought EdTech would be a great way to go. I think the EdTech minor is important because we're kind of moving into a very technical world. Everybody has a computer, from, even the wee ones, the 4- and 5-year-olds, which is my major is early childhood, so even they know how to use computers. So teachers need to know what's going on with the technology so that when kids want to use it, we can support them in the right direction.
Well, thank you, Haley. Yeah, there's a lot of things that she did. Actually, she is now a full-time teacher and having a great time and making a difference in the world. So come join us. We're a lot of fun. And if you want to find out more about what we're doing on a daily basis, take a look at our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/inst Tech, INSTTECH. And you can see what we're doing here. And of course, you can go out here and you can like us and you can become part of the group. There's a whole number of things you can do on here that I think would be useful. So take a look at our Facebook. Now, what do you do if you want to connect? I mean, it's time to sign up, don't you think? This is exactly what you were hoping for. And the first thing you could do is you could simply take a look and review the information on our page, uni.edu/edtech/minor. Second thing you can do is go to the College of Education Advising Center, which right now is over at the Rod Library in room 361. Or the third thing you can do is talk to your professor. If you've got an EdTech professor or somebody, if you want to contact me, please do. Now, these are the upcoming courses. For the summer, we have an online course, and it's called Developing and Directing Online Learning. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's the second 6 weeks it's half of June and July. In fall, we have the 2016, we're going to be doing 3 classes. One of them is Issues and Trends in Instructional Technology. That's completely online. Using Digital and Social Media in Education. That's one that I'm going to be teaching online. And then we have one that's face-to-face that'll be Understanding Visual Literacy. That's one that'll be, should be a great one. So these are your options for the next 2 semesters. So you want to know more? I'll tell you what. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to put this down. This is tinyurl.com/tellmemoreet. And if you go to this, that's Tell Me More ET. If you go to this website and you click on it, it'll open up, and all you need to do is put in your name and your email address. Now, you're not signing up. All you're doing is asking for additional information. I will send you an email that will give you information much like the helpful information you've already gotten here. So we look forward to seeing you, and I hope that you will become an EdTech minor this semester or next semester, but we want to see you here. Thanks.